Did MIT step on the U.S.'s toes? They informed Trump about Turkey. A news article targeting Turkey and MIT President Ibrahim Kalın was published in the U.S. Wall Street Journal newspaper by Joe Wallace, Costas Paris, and Jared Malsin. According to the news, a few months after the Russia-Ukraine war, the Moscow administration sent more than $5 billion to Turkey. The U.S. government froze $2 billion of bank transfers. Thus, $2 billion of Russian funds were trapped in J.P. Morgan. It was also claimed that the Biden administration prevented the Justice Ministry from seizing the money due to concerns about angering Turkey. While the newspaper targeted National Intelligence Organization MIT President Ibrahim Kalın in a way that would draw reaction, striking assessments came from Abdulkadir Selvi, who wrote about the issue in his column in Hürriyet. Hürriyet writer Abdulkadir Selvi asked, "Why did the U.S. press target the MIT president?" stating that Kalın was targeted because of a completely unrelated issue. Selvi said, "The analysis is full of contradictions from beginning to end, and it smells like an operation journalism, where sentences that contradict each other are lined up one after the other. It appears to be a move by writers close to the Biden administration to damage the relationship between President Trump and Erdogan." The Russia-Ukraine war started on February 24, 2022, as Turkey. "We opposed Russia's attack on Ukraine. We stood by Ukraine's territorial integrity, but we did not agree with the U.S.'s decision to impose sanctions on Russia," reminding that the analysis published in the Wall Street Journal was about Russia's money worth $2 billion that was blocked a few months after the Ukraine sanctions in 2022. Selvi wrote the following: "Russia and Turkey signed an agreement for the construction of the Aku nuclear power plant in 2010. Russia opened a $9 billion credit for the construction of the nuclear power plant. Was there a Russia-Ukraine war at that time? There weren't. Were there sanctions on Russia? There weren't either. Russia and Turkey signed an agreement for the construction of the Aku nuclear power plant in 2010. Russia opened a $9 billion credit for the construction of the nuclear power plant. Was there a Russia-Ukraine war at that time? There weren't. Were there sanctions on Russia? There weren't either." Selvi did not write that the Biden administration is taking Turkey to task. Selvi said he couldn't seize the money because it was an installment of the loan agreement between Turkey and Russia. The reason they wrote this now is to report to Trump, "Look, Biden didn't seize this money. You seize it." Selvi reacted to the inclusion of MIT Director Ibrahim Kalın in the news with the following words: "The justifications they put forward regarding the MIT director are so far from material reality that I couldn't help but ask, why did you add Ibrahim Kalın's photo at the end of the analysis as the MIT director?" It is reminded that Ibrahim Kalın was previously the Deputy Secretary General of the Presidency, spokesperson, and National Security Advisor. Then it is emphasized that he is the MIT director. So, what do these duties have to do with money transfers? My lord was a very powerful bureaucrat at the time. The Ministry of Justice suspects that Ibrahim Kalın was also included in the payments in 2022. According to the credit agreement between the two states, can payments be made through individuals? Are you sending money to your uncle in the village? If trainee reporters wrote this, they would throw the news in your face. But 3 senior journalists of the Wall Street Journal have signed such ignorance. Are they doing this without knowing it? They know better than me. So why are they doing it? Because they are not doing news reporting. They are doing operational journalism. It is obvious that MIT has stepped on their toes somewhere. But this job is not that cheap. MIT will give the answer to this both in the field and at the table.